So we are well aware that the election process just concluded a couple of days back, and BJP has arose unanimously as the single largest party in the country. And the dust is yet to settle down from the entire parliamentary democratic process, and the parties which took part in the election are analyzing the strategies which were used by them for the election, whether it was positive or negative, where they gained by the strategy they used or they lost seats because of the strategy. So especially the parties which lost are doing the strategy analysis right now, and the BJP is all into getting into the whole mode of going to their second term. If you look into the entire election which concluded, right from Kashmir in the north all the way till Karnataka in the south, and from east to west, the BJP has had a major victory. They have garnered more and more votes, as much as possible, but they were not able to break a barrier and enter into Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Their whole ideology was unable to penetrate into these two states. I would be taking Kerala into consideration and speaking about how the entire Hindutva wave or Modi wave was prevented from seeping into Kerala. Why didn't the Hindutva wave work out? Especially with the 2018 Sabarimala verdict, which was passed, and BJP on the other hand, who tried to take advantage of the entire situation and tried to polarize the state to win more votes. Why didn't that make an impact to the people in Kerala? It is well understood that if you take that current situation into consideration, there was chaos everywhere, there was fighting, there was bandh, there was cry and misery. People tried, women did try to enter and were prevented. Some made a history by entering. There were a whole wave of problems that kept on happening like a domino effect. But even then, they were not able to make an impact. People understood that the entire Hindutva wave, or the whole ideology that the BJP or the right wing stood on, is only going to bring about a problem to the state as a whole. Our constitution stands for secularism. I mean, if you want to follow a certain religion, okay, you stand for a certain religion and you follow up. Bringing an entire impediment of problems because of that, because of a certain ideological battle, is only going to bring about problems in the entire state. A people of that particular state understood the predicament that they would be put in, and they stood up and they arose to the occasion. We understand from the polls that there were increase in the amount of polling. People came in a large number to vote, especially in Trivandrum and Pathanamthitta, where the Sabarimala incident had a major impact. People understood, they had an understanding between themselves, and the people came in and voted to a party that they thought will have an upper hand. And they picked Congress and they voted for that ideology, which stands for liberal views, and brought this party into power. About 19 seats out of 20 was won by the Congress, except for one where it was lost to a communist candidate in Alleppey. Also, another thing that the people were completely considerate or took into consideration is the constant violence that's been happening throughout the state, both between BJP and the communism, especially in the district of Kannur. Constantly there was fights with knives and stones and sticks, killing each other right in the middle of road in a broad daylight, in the complete public view. People take all of this into considerations, because mothers lose their children, wives lose their husbands, children lose their fathers. And the families together came to an understanding that they have to vote for a party with a liberal ideological perspective, ideological view, to prevent the kind of communal violence or any kind of violence in the state. The BJP fielded Kumanam Rajashekar in BJP against the incumbent Shashi Tharoor, thinking that Kumanam can make an impact and win against Shashi Tharoor. But they used so many strategies possible, like his issues with his wife's death. It is the 2021 elections, which is very near, in another 2 years, where the state is going to go on an election to pick the party of their choice to run their state. Is it going to be communist or is it going to be Congress? If you look at the history of the entire Kerala, it's always been communist once, and then they have anti-incumbency, and the Congress comes to power. And there's always an alternate party which is ruling. But we have to take note that BJP, which has a lot of money and started pumping into a lot of money and manpower, would try to make a small crack and make their entry into the state. We have to understand the future by looking at the past, looking at what happened in the major northeastern countries, where they had a history of Congress and other parties or regional parties coming into power, and the BJP was able to make an impact. The same can happen in Kerala. They could make an impact because they work tirelessly. I was watching news today morning, and I saw in the news that the BJP had about 10,000 people working day and night in just sending WhatsApp messages against Mamata Banerjee, and anything that she does or her party does, and which had a major impact in gaining the vote counts and the MP counts in West Bengal. So the regional parties have, or the Congress or communist, to make a stand, have to come up with strategies to prevent the entry of this right-wing party. They have to bring about an agenda and strategy and thoughts and plans, and that could be the next move of the parties in Kerala. Thank you.